You're about to have the best 30 minutes of your time watching television. It's Sports This Morning on Channels TV. We're broadcasting live from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Austin Okonakman. Welcome on board. Football won't stop giving us reasons to talk sports, particularly Nigerian football. As the country gets ready for the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil, we won't stop hearing all sorts as regards players who believe they deserve to be in the team, the Nigerian Football Federation and Coach Stephen Keshi's relationship. Reports emanating from the Glass House says the technical committee of the Federation has demanded for the immediate release of a 35-man list from Coach Stephen Keshi. The big boss says he's not aware, stating that he only heard from the media. Drama. He says he's not in a hurry to submit the list. Never-ending drama coming from Nigerian football. Still with football, this time the NFF Champions League. The heat is now on. In the quarterfinal games played yesterday, teams were comfortable in sharing the spoils. For David Moyes and Manchester United, it was a much improved performance in that game against Bayern Munich that ended 1-0. For Atletico Madrid, they will go back home with that precious away goal as they await Barcelona in the fourth night. Let's come back to Nigeria. In table tennis, officials of that recognized street sports say they are doing all that they can to revamp the game and make it the king of sports in Nigeria. And yes, they're indeed working hard. Players are playing at different international championships. Developmental tournaments have been played. And just recently, the National Under-17 Championship was concluded in Lagos with the sole aim, and the sole aim was to promote education through sports. The big question is, how ready is the country for the Commonwealth Games? Will table tennis win medals? Eniton Waido-Shodi is the president of the federation. He tries to provide answers. Let's listen to him, and we'll come back. Sports analyst Omar Akatugba will join us to talk sports. Do stay.
You know, I'm very, very hopeful about the Commonwealth Games. We need to do a lot more work between now and the Games. We need to be at the World Championships, test our players, play against some of these people we're going to meet at the Commonwealth Games. Our players were in Germany this week. They didn't do as well as we hoped, and they go on to the Spanish Open next week. You know, I must also commend the players. They've been dipping their hands into their pockets to support themselves as well. So what we're looking for now, I've spoken to the Director General National Sports Commission. What we need is our funding. We need support. There's a lot of money going into sports nationally now, but it shouldn't be only football. I mean, I'm a football fan like every other Nigerian, but we need the support in table tennis. Our sponsors have done fantastically well for us, but there must be a limit to what you can tax people on. And I think now the National Sports Commission has to put its money where its mouth is and back the national team. We can win a medal. We will possibly win 1 or 2 medals, especially in the doubles. We're very, very strong in the mixed doubles, and I'm hopeful. But we need the funding to get these players on the training tours and playing in international tournaments. The DG has assured me this will be done, and I'm very hopeful that we'll get that next month.
Eniton Waido-Shodi, the president of Nigeria Table Tennis Federation, and telling us that the country can win a medal or 2 at the 2014 tournament, Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. And that's a good one because table tennis is one street sport that needs to get back to the street and, of course, take its place as one of the most recognized street sports in Nigeria. Sports This Morning on Channels Television. Welcome on board wherever you are in the world watching us. We invite you to be part of this show. You know our feedback mechanisms. It hasn't changed. On Twitter, we're channels_sports. On Facebook, we're channels-sports. What are you talking about? In Nigeria, we've just heard from the president of the Table Tennis Federation saying they need to do more to shine at international tournaments. He also says that the country should do more to promote table tennis, that it is not just all about football. And I totally agree with him. And then with is it drama? I call it drama, but what's going on with Coach Stephen Keshi and the Nigerian Football Federation? Football fans, let's have fun this morning talking sports. And I welcome Omar Akatugba. Omar, it's good to have you on the program.
Yeah, great to be in the prestigious studios of Channels Television. Okay. I'm very glad to be here.
I'll underline that. Good to have you, Omar. We listened to Eniton Waido-Shodi. I think he said it all. We need to give attention to other sports. It's not just football.
Absolutely. Nigeria is not just about football. Nigeria is a sports nation. And it must be said that Nigeria is blessed with talent in all fields: boxing, basketball, athletics, tennis, and what have you. And it must be said that table tennis is a very local sport in Nigeria. Growing up in Lagos, you have table tennis in almost every street of Lagos State. And this is one of our pastimes. When we are bored, we just play table tennis, for fun. And you have a lot of people gather to cheer us up. And in every street, in every locality, you have the best table tennis player. If we can harness all of these talents, I think that we'll be talking about getting medals from this sport at subsequent Commonwealth Games and, of course, Olympic Games. But my only grounds is that targeting to win gold at the next Commonwealth Games might be too early. I think we must have a long-term plan. Exactly, so we don't put ourselves under undue pressure. We must have, for example, a 4-year time plan. Let us first and foremost go back to schools, go back to the streets. Let us develop and encourage table tennis, active participation in table tennis before we can start talking about winning gold medals. Because there's a process. I mean, the Europeans always have a process in terms of achieving results. They will give themselves 6 years and they will have timeline and go by due process.
See what has happened with Belgium.
Exactly.
Time.
Look at them. Look at Belgium. The quality of players coming to the World Cup for Belgium is something that took them over 80 years to achieve.
And then you want to say you didn't see them in the last 2 editions of the World Cup, but they were
took
building.
Their time and they built.
I totally agree with you, Omar. And that's what we're saying, that preparations, not just preparation, good planning.
Absolute planning.
Good planning. Going back to the grassroots. Lagos State is doing well with that.
No,
the National Under-17 Championship.
Credit must be given to the Lagos State government, Lagos State Sports Federation, for putting so much into grassroots sports development. I think they are visionary. And I think that with the quality of persons running sports in Lagos, what you're getting is what is expected. And I'm sure that Lagos would have set a benchmark for how sports should be administered across Nigeria.
That's it. Everything rises and falls on leadership.
Absolutely.
That's if with good administration, sports in this country will shine. Let's leave table tennis and talk about the one that almost every Nigerian loves talking about, and that's football.
The opium of Nigeria.
Today, we're getting ready for the World Cup. Tomorrow, a minister is gone. The following day, we're hearing the federation is not going cool with the coach. What is the problem?
Well, the problem is a leadership problem. Like you said, everything rises and falls on leadership. The leadership should have the vision. The leadership should show the way for the followers, to follow. I would not want to put all the blame on the NFF. It must be said that this current NFF board have done well in terms of competition. I mean, we must clearly state it. In terms of achieving results by participating in competition. But I think that in terms of real legacies, developmental projects, they have not done too well. And instead of them to focus on the area where they have succeeded by giving the coach all the support, being in good terms, working in tandem with the coach so that Nigeria can begin to focus on doing very well at the World Cup. We are hearing claims and counter-claims. We are seeing queries flying on the pages of newspapers and on social networks, which I think is a problem of information management on the part of the NFF. I'm not trying to exonerate Keshi.
So you expect them when they hear these things come out and clarify.
Exactly. You employed Keshi. You pay his salaries. Whenever you have problems with him, go into a meeting. And if you query Keshi, documents should not be seen on the pages of newspapers and flying on social media.
And that's what the coach is saying. The coach is saying, I'm hearing all of this in the media. Someone should be talking to me.
Absolutely. Like we said, information management is key.
Omar, the country is getting ready to play another friendly game against Scotland, May 28th. The Nigerian Football Federation says, give us a list. This guy says, I'm chilling, because I shouldn't do this in a hurry.
Exactly.
They say, give us 35. They say, let me just go ahead and give you 30.
Austin, I'll tell you something. Keshi doesn't want too much distractions. The World Cup is barely 4 months, away. And if you begin to invite 40 players, you begin to put yourself under unnecessary pressure. I'll tell you where the problem is. Between me and you, this is Nigeria. There are so many vested interests in the Super Eagles. There are agents everywhere. There are some people somewhere.
They're saying the World Cup is coming.
Exactly. My player must be in the team. That is why they are putting pressure on Keshi. Some persons are working with some persons in the NFF who must have promised them some huge amount of money that please make sure my player gets into the national team. Even if he doesn't go to the World Cup, just let him get into the Keshi plan. Go into the World Cup campaign so that his profile and his stock can rise for him to get good clubs in Europe. So that would have led to the NFF mounting pressure on Keshi to invite 40 players. Keshi, just give 40 players so that everyone will have an equal opportunity to fight for a shirt, not knowing that we don't have enough time. Time is not in excess as we speak. So Keshi is trying to manage, the time and invite a lesser number of players.
Particularly players that he has worked with.
God bless you. Austin, I tell you something. If I'm in Keshi's shoes, I would just tell the NFF, please just let me invite 30 players. First and foremost, every member of the Nations Cup squad would be in the 30-man list, first and foremost. Except for one or two, like Sunday Umba, Juwon or Shaniwa, who have not really covered themselves in glory after the Nations Cup.
I don't want to call any name, but I think, Omar, you're saying it all. That's what we need at this stage. We need to be focused.
Absolutely.
We need to
need to be precise.
That's the point. We need to know that we're working with what we know.
Exactly.
Don't experiment at this stage of a crucial World Cup game where other teams that you are playing with, they're already getting set.
In fact,
Iran is putting scouts everywhere to watch Nigerian players.
Exactly.
They are good. Iran, if Iran can be doing that.
Why we are here getting ourselves involved in unnecessary distractions of why did the coach attend a media conference without the permission of the NFF? Why did the coach go on an holiday trip in America without the permission of the NFF? I think all of these are unnecessary. It's just a battle of ego. Keshi succeeded in 2013 by winning the Nations Cup and suddenly became the most popular person in football. We did not go down well with the NFF. They wanted to take the shine.
Come on, we are the employers. We brought this guy.
We brought this guy from nowhere and
God.
made him a superstar. This guy is beginning to trample on toes. That is why the NFF are not very happy. But I think that it's a very simple thing. You guys hold the key to Nigerian football. Keshi is just the driver.
Manage him.
And this guy has done well with the support you've given him. Credit must be given to this current NFF.
Yes, I keep saying that they give Keshi all he needed to achieve what he did in South Africa. Every of our national teams have prepared well for major tournaments, and we have seen the result. We've won every tournament we've taken part in, except for the ongoing under-17, Women's World Cup. We won the under-17 World Cup in the UAE. We won the African Nations Cup in South Africa. The Chan Eagles didn't win, but they did well.
Very
if
well.
you compare the level of play in the league.
All of these are a result of absolute preparations, and credit must be given to the NFF.
Okay, and credit must be given to you also wherever you are in the world watching us. And then we've said these issues, we can only talk about them and hope for the better for Nigerian sports. So we want you to keep talking to us on social media, on Twitter, channels_sports, on Facebook, channels-sports. Omar Katuba always makes it rain. He can keep talking, but then we need to go on this quick break. When we come back, Manchester United, a much improved performance against Bayern Munich. Can they do the same in 2 weeks' time? We'll talk about it when we return. Stay.
Kagawa. Corner if it goes. Did Neuer prevent the corner? No, he didn't.
I think that's been a good substitution. Kagawa coming on. Give him a little bit more pace, energy, movement going forward.
Rooney with this United corner. Can a set piece break the deadlock here? In towards Vidic. Oh, they've scored! Manchester United get the goal they dreamed of. They have taken the lead against the champions of Europe.
Well, would you believe that? They've defended really stoutly, Vidic and Ferdinand. And Vidic down the years has got into these kind of positions so many times. And so many times he's delivered. This one was not an easy header. Not easy at all. He's actually reaching back for it. But nobody picks him up from the beginning. But what a clever header that is, because that's exactly what he meant to do. Nemanja Vidic go for that corner. That's no fluke. That's a brilliant take from him.
And again, Arjen Robben for Bayern. Schweinsteiger. Lahm. Rafinha. Wotek. Oh, there's a powerfully struck shot by the big central defender.
I think David De Gea saw this one coming all the way, though. Never in bother. That's a good kick out.
And Boateng responded well. Good ball forward too for Mandzukic.
He's made a difference already since coming on. Mandzukic gives them that physical presence, that focal point to the attacks.
Here's Robben. On to Rafinha. Dangerous cross aimed at Mandzukic. The downward header finds Schweinsteiger, who finds the back of the net to bring Bayern Munich level.